the greatest broker to find your home.
Thank you.
And you have the great lender. What about the title company? That's a big important part of your whole transaction as well. So having the right sources and having people work as a team is imperative, because you have a great broker that's gonna find you the property. You're gonna have the lender that's gonna get you qualified for whatever type of loan you have, and you need a title company that knows all the ins and outs. So I've been doing this for over 20 years, even though I look very young. Thank you so much.
Started when you were one.
Thank you. I'm just saying I'm almost halfway there. So I've been doing this for quite a long time. I'm bilingual. I speak Spanish fluently. And just a little about myself. I've done a lot of foreclosures, bankruptcies, and I've been in this industry for quite a long time. So I do have knowledge about real estate and mortgage. It's not what I do. My expertise is title. I'll leave that to the experts in real estate and mortgage. But I'm very familiar with all the rules and regulations that is acquired in the real estate and the mortgage industry. But like Violet said, I'm here to serve you guys. You get the house, you get the mortgage, and you want to know pretty much what happens after that. Well, you have to have a title company to actually do the closing, get you educated. You have to have all that process, know how that works. So once your mortgage broker and your agent gets your property, you're gonna have to have a title company that will actually get all that documentation, all those numbers with the lender in the way it's supposed to be, actually get you to the closing table. Because once you're at the closing table, that's it, the deal is done. Once you sign those documents, all the money is received, then you're a homeowner, and it's a beautiful, experience. I mean, for first time home buyers, I remember when I first bought my house, I mean, it's exciting. It's one of the biggest accomplishments you can do in the American dream. So I think it's great that you guys are, getting educated in that, because it's very important. I'm very familiar with everything in the real estate industry, like I said before, because I've been doing this for a long time. We have the best softwares available. We have our escrow accounts. Our underwriter is Chicago Title Insurance Company, which is one of the big, I'm not sure if you guys know what an underwriter is. That's pretty much the insurance company that's going to insure your property. Once you buy your property, you're going to have an insurance that's going to protect you against anything that might happen before you bought it. So we're insured by the Chicago Title Insurance Company. It's one of the largest. If you want to Google it, you'll see what they are. But we work as a team. So you have to have your good realtor, you have to have your good lender, and you have to have your good title company. And we work as a team. Violet and I are in the same office, so that makes it even a lot better. So I have a space here as well. So it gets to be, it's such an easy thing to go to. You're gonna buy a house, and you have enough headache as it is trying to submit your pay stubs and your tax returns and all these different things you have to do. You want to try to ease it out and try to make sure that rest of it is easy. So I'm at your disposal like everybody else. If my cell number is on my business card as well. If you have any questions regarding to that title aspect of it, feel free to give me a call. And that's pretty much it. So I'm looking forward to maybe seeing some of you again.
You will.
Let me just add something, guys. Normally when you come to the realtor and you find that house, right? And I say to you, look, you got to put down $3,000. A lot of times you'd be like, oh, why should I put this money up? You can't get that house off the market because the seller's going to be like, oh, this is nonsense. They don't have any skin in the game, So you have to put something up front so that they know good faith estimate, good faith deposit, so that they know you're serious about buying it. And that means you get up and you say, you know what, I changed my mind. I stepped on it and I don't feel like doing it anymore. They're going to take your money.
Oh yeah, that's very important. You understand that.
That's why we have to make sure when you are purchasing, you are serious. And that escrow money is not held by me. It is held by the title company. And once the title company gets that, they send you a letter. And they send that letter to the seller. So the seller knows that yes, that funds is there and it's cleared the bank. And that money is going to go towards the purchase of the house. Okay, it's just holding it there, until the process goes.
Yeah, so what happens is, you she completes the contract, you give an earnest money deposit. So that's a good faith that, okay, I'm interested in buying this property, I'm really, really excited. So that's guaranteeing the seller that you're not gonna back out. That contract is a binding contract. It's a legal and enforcing contract. If you don't close on that property for reasons other than not getting approved or it doesn't appraise, you lose your deposit. That is a legal document that the seller has every way to get your deposit, and it can get nasty. So if you're gonna sign that contract and you're gonna buy that property, be very sure you're gonna give that earnest money deposit. You will wire your funds into my escrow account. It will stay in my escrow account until the day of closing. Obviously, what happens is that will be a credit to you at closing. So it's not money you get back. You'll have that credit part of your closing costs. And it's in our escrow account, and it stays there. It's regulated by the federals, by the Fed, so everything is gonna be regulated. You're not gonna have a problem. And yeah, that's something that you have to take very, very serious. You just can't just put a contract and decide that you wanna back out because you don't like the color of the house, or I decided, I want to move to this vicinity. I mean, that's something that when you get to that point that you purchase that property, you speak to your broker to make sure it's convenient for your kids. Maybe you want it next to an A+ school, it's convenient for, I don't know, your job, the commute, it's not over the miles you wanted. So it's important, but once you make that decision, you have a fabulous team that can help you with it to make it as easy as possible. But definitely, yeah, so you can, and I accept personal checks for earnest money deposit. That's okay, I will accept that. So if you don't want to send a wire, and just so you know, we're really cyber fraud in my office. When you do send a wire, my wiring instructions say to call us to verify the wiring instructions. There's so much fraud, unfortunately, right now, and we have to be very aware of it. So when you go to initiate a wire, when you have to go to your bank to send me those $5,000, for example, my wiring instructions say, hey, call me to verify. So you'll call me and say, hey, I want to make sure this is your account number and this is why. It's for your protection. Because, you can get an email from me and it can be changed by one letter and it can be somebody else giving you wiring instructions further back. So those are just different protocols that we do. And, it's scary, but we have to be aware that you want to protect yourself. These are things that happen nowadays, guys. It's not, it's nothing new. So that's one of the protocols that we do in my office. Cyber fraud is really big. So take that into mind. If you don't feel comfortable sending a wire, you might not have to do it at the beginning, but you're gonna have to do it at the end of the closing. So you have to, there is no more cashier's checks at closing, guys. When you close on a house, you have to wire your funds to the title company. You can't do cashier's checks anymore. That it is gone. That is non-existent. I mean, that doesn't happen. Many years ago, before the market crashed, perhaps maybe that was something that was considered, not anymore. So you can give your earnest money deposit with a check, because it's gonna take about 7 to 10 days to clear. We will still issue the escrow letter upon clearance of funds. We'll send you an escrow letter as soon as the funds received. Hey, we're holding this money in escrow. Once the funds clear, we're good to go. And but towards the end of the closing, once you have to send your funds for closing, whichever amount it will be, it would have to be in form of a wire. Personal checks are not accepted at that point. Okay? I'm not sure if you have any more questions. Alrighty, well, nice seeing everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll leave it to Friday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
everybody.
Come on in, Daniela. So, Daniela is with our brand new construction homes. If anybody is gonna be interested in a brand new, spanking, everything new home, this is the gal to talk to. Just wanted to let you guys know also that she provided the food today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just go eat. Everybody's eating.
And she's with D.R. Horton, so Daniela.
Hi guys, thank you for having me. I work for D.R. Horton, like Bella just said. I don't know if you're familiar with the brand, but we're the #1 builder in the country for the last 17 years consecutive. A lot of people think it's the other builder, but it's actually us. We're the #1, you can look it up.
Who's the other builder? I don't even know another builder.
With an L, but I can't say the one.
They don't matter, don't matter.
Something like that. It's like a bad word. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yes.
Listen, I know, right? The AC place.
So, exactly. My son used to work there. He was an AC tech there. Oh, yeah? My son was an AC tech there.
I mean, in training, but not tech yet. Yeah.
No, but I've seen this tons of times. I never.
We're all over the place.
Yeah, I
We're
always see this
huge
DR
in
Horton
Texas,
stuff.
but in Florida, we're all over from Homestead all the way up to North Florida. I mean, we have something, we're in different divisions. I work for the Southeast Division, which is Southern Florida, anything from Melbourne down, I work for. I only service Broward County right now and some Miami Gardens projects. So we have two, and I put there in your flyers, guys, the front page is where I work on site from. That's in Lauderhill and Sunrise and 441. It's brand new construction.
Oh, okay, I know exactly
yes.
where that is. Right when
One
you're about
block
to get
from
on
the
the
Lauderhill
turnpike.
Mall, across from the International Cricket and Center of the Performing Arts. And that big empty lot, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the area, but there's a huge empty lot there that Kmart used to be at. That lot is being developed towards a small, kind of boutique-y style, open plaza with a resort.
Right across the street.
Right across the street. If you go on the Sunrise side, on the fence, you're gonna see the whole design is already displayed there.
In front of the water park or something like that.
Yeah, there's the cricket, in the back, the it's international cricket because they come from all over the world to compete there. And then you have the Center of the Performing Arts there. And then that big empty lot next to the Performing Arts and, the cricket stadium, you have, I didn't know what cricket was until I started working there, but I'm learning. But it's big in Europe, I hear. It's very strong in different places. I'm from South America. We don't play cricket there. So.
It's an English thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, my family is British.
Well, yeah, that's where you derive from.
Yeah, I'm from Ecuador, from South America, where my family is British. That's why I have all
She's
the.
from England.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. My family from my mom's side are all British. But so yeah, I'm on site there. We have currently 11 towns.